Hello and welcome back to the Cronecast of the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do astrological readings by the sign, by the month, in love and money and career. Don't forget to look for those underneath your sign. I also do the Spirit Guide Monthly live every last Friday of the month. I hope you're able to join me. I also do these pick a card readings. We're going to have 4 piles and a pick a card reading, and today's question is, who in my life is lying to me and why? Again, I actually was guided to do this in a morning draw. Who in my life is lying to me and why? And remember, this is not to start any trouble. This is not to cause any beef, but you need to know somebody in your life may be deceiving you, and we're going to try and figure out why. We have 4 piles, 1 through 4. I do ask that you do not pick my piles by I always pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. It does not work well with my particular reading style. Close your eyes, concentrate, see which one kind of calls out to you. There may not be a message for you here because it is a general reading, but I hope there is. You're going to have a moment with the cards to see which pile is really for you, and I will see you at the time of your reading. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. We're going to put your number over here so everybody knows what pile we're on as I'm filming. This is the Tarot Your Way. I actually really recommend it for beginners. There is a link to my Amazon store in the description box down below with all the decks that I recommend for different levels of expertise. This is the 7 of Swords. This is the lies, deceit, and manipulation, who's sneaking around type of card. Now remember, not all lies are vicious. Sincerely, I was guided to do this reading, and there's got to be a reason for it, but please keep in mind, this is not so that you know who to go out and deck or something. It's so that you can be advised about the motives of the people in your life. Let's get going with these oracle cards. I will draw more oracle cards as is appropriate. And the first card up is Clover. Well, that's about luck. I wonder if this is going to be a matter of jealousy. This is the 6 of Pentacles. That is about reciprocity in relationships. So far, it may actually be, it could be a friend, because the Clover is about good luck, good fortune, things coming to you. We have the Unseen, okay. Then we have the Warrior. I think it's a friend. I think it's a friend. Like, they can't tell how much has gone on behind your personal scenes, so they just, this is shaping up to be jealousy. Let's see what we can get going here. We have the Illumination, expression, positivity, and joy and inspiration. It's like somebody envies your spirit. Now remember, a lie may not be like they've told you this, you know, they're trying to sell you land in Florida or something. It may simply be that they do not tell you how they really feel about you, what their real motives are. It can be a friend who's concealing jealousy. Remember, the way our looks from the our world and our life looks from the outside may not be what it's like from the inside. Let's keep going here. We have Gavel, involvement with the law. And then dog barking, advice from a friend. Boy, it's almost like somebody thinks that you've had unfair levels of good fortune. And this is an envy pile. So far, this is an envy pile. Let's keep going with this. I have Monk Nun, which is light attribute, is selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. But the shadow attributes is negative judgment of the physical world, excessive piety. This is an envious friend, like right down the road so far. They think that you're doing better, like they envy you success in something. And then the other one is Destroyer, releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life, light attributes. And then the shadow attributes are intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. So far, this appears to be a friend who is envious because the dog barking is advice from a friend. It's somebody who doesn't tell you what they really think of you. It does not appear to be vicious. It's like they feel inferior. It does not appear to have any type of, we're gonna get 7 cards for this, because 7 of Swords is the card for liars, deceivers, manipulators, that sort of thing. And that's why I'm using the number 7 for this. We're gonna do 6 and then the outcome card for 7. Who is this person and why are they lying to group number 1? Let's try and get, because I don't even have a gender on this person yet. But they're like they envy you a single-mindedness that is a little bit intriguing to me, because this whole, the unseen, the warrior, it's like you don't need anybody. And they just, this is more about feeling inferior. Queen of Pentacles, this is about business. The World in reverse, okay. Here's what I think, group number 1. You may have had to start over in something. You made it look easier than it is, because the Queen of Pentacles can handle everything. The Queen of Pentacles has confidence. The Queen of Pentacles is a good woman of business. By the way, it does not have to be gendered. Gender in tarot is meaningless. This is somebody who is, it can be called the wifey card, because it's somebody who simply has it all. The ability to like make a home, to make their own money, to be fully independent if need be, but they're warm and nurturing and caring as well. Let's get the rest of these cards. Now we could be dealing with an earth sign. It could be a female earth sign. Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Page of Wands in the upright. Yeah, Justice in reverse. They think you are unfairly favored in something. The Tower in reverse, yep. That's a starting over energy. The Moon in the upright, they don't tell you what they really think. And then I have the 4 Cups in the upright. Okay, so listen, what is this? This is a female friend. Listen, it's mostly based in discontent with her own life is what it looks like with this 4 of Cups. But they feel like everything comes to you almost as if by magic. They're over there. I think they believe that they're kind of busting their hump. And it just looks to them like you're like, you know, favored. As if you're like, you know, God's favorite or something. As if you are Fortune's favorite versus Fortune's fool. This person is struggling a great deal. They've had a lot of things go wrong. And they look at you, and it just looks like nothing ever really impacts you. Because, like, here's the thing. They don't understand, because there's the unseen card as well. You don't tell people your problems. Like, you don't admit when something's going on or something's going wrong. And so to, like, other people, it actually looks really super effortless. You look like this very self-contained unit. You may have, again, had to start over. These are 2 starting over cards. They think this is actions being taken, but it really does feel like they're, like, it's almost as if they believe that everything goes wrong for them and everything goes right for you. This Justice card in reverse. And then I had the Gavel, which is involvement with the law. Now, could this really be a legal matter? Maybe. Maybe they believe that something was unfairly decided in your favor. I'm genuinely not getting that sense. It's like, and I really do believe this is a female friend. If it's not an earth sign, it is somebody who, like, they've got this very practical vibe to them. Like, this world does not really speak to them. They're not somebody who invests overly in things like psychic gifts and magic and in the world unseen. They're very, like, this is a here and now type of person. But they really think, everything is turning out super, super well for you. And it's just jealousy. The Warrior, see, the thing is this card here, the Warrior card and unseen, like, nobody sees your struggles. Nobody sees your struggles, and so they don't realize that's what's going on. Intoxication with destructive power. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. It really is almost like you had to start over. And from what they can see, it's almost like you roll over in bed and good things happen for you. And are they lying to you about a particular thing? No. But they're trying to, because I think they know they're being unfair. I think they know they're being unfair, but they have a lot of resentment towards you. Like, I don't know if you're, like, this is somebody who's young and vigorous. I don't know if you've got more vitality than they do, but like, they just think things are very, like, weighted in your favor. And here's the thing, I'm not getting the sense that that's even close to true for you, but you don't tell people what's going on. Melting mask, allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles you fulfill. Melting mask, they're a close enough friend to you that I think that you have confided them in the past, but like you don't, you're just somebody who keeps it, you play your cards close to the vest. You don't tell people your troubles very easily. I think you're somebody who kind of, because the Queen of Pentacles is confident and self-reliant. The way they see you is as somebody who, like, it's like you get things and you don't, they think you don't value them. They think you don't value them. And it just looks to them like everything is easier for you. And there's something around this business energy too, where they just, what have we got here? Fire. Let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. This is a difficult energy, because here's the thing. This energy, it's almost like your world crashed and burned. And it's not that they were like glorying in that. I really do not get the sense that this person was like, sweet. But what I do get the sense is that you bounced back like a little Super Bowl. And that's really hard for them because they can't. They can't. There's like, you're not doing it on purpose. And it's, remember, you're not responsible for somebody else's feelings, but it's like they feel like they're inferior. This is a slightly difficult energy. So the person who's lying to you is they just kind of don't tell you, like they don't comment on your life. They don't really ask how you're doing very much. The exterior appearance on your life is just like you've got it all together. Let's see what we've got here. Man holding a coin, that's an energy of business. Blossoming abundance, yep. And door to value, I'm telling you. They think you are succeeding like crazy. And it's like nothing that they do, because these cards are going to, remember, all readings, all cards are going to have multiple meanings. So for them, it feels like everything happens for you by magic, and they're incredibly discontented with how things turn out for them. It really is like they think that you are unfairly favored in things. They really do. This gavel energy, this justice energy in reverse. I'm going to grab a couple of more cards. I'm not getting any sense that you need to worry about this. It is simply jealousy over, it's just jealousy. And here's the thing, I think they kind of know it. Like, they're a good human being. And they don't begrudge you things, but they kind of wonder why everything just seems so darn effortless for you. When everything for them appears to be like a good day for them is when they feel like nothing's catching fire any longer. Particularly the last couple of years have been very difficult for them. Because I've got this kind of, it's almost like you've got similar situations where like everything, like you've had to start over, they've had to start over. And like they can't get their feet underneath them. And they just feel like everything comes to you. Blossoming abundance, store to value. A man holding a coin, it could be that like they think that, because this is like a soulmate type of energy too. They could just feel like challenges. Take care. Okay. Take time out from problems or conflicts and approach softly to avoid making matters worse. Here's what it is. I think you've had very similar challenges. Not like identical, but they're like the last, I would say, few years have brought to you the need to reassess, to rebuild, to build your own abundance. And you just mind your own, like you keep your own counsel. You're not somebody who talks to other people about what's going on in your life until after the fact. Like it might be a little bit of a point of pride for you. where like you never let them see you sweat type of thing. And so from this person's perspective, like everything is just, it looks easier to you. Because even when something goes wrong, it's like you have this attitude of like, that's okay, I will just bounce with this, I will roll with this, I will be the warrior card. It's like you command everything. Oh no. Fairy magic, why did I say oh no? Whenever I get this card, do not work with fairies. They're like, sincerely, unless you deeply understand the magic that you're doing, please don't do it. Don't summon anything you don't fully understand. Fairies are incredibly powerful. They are not as depicted in these decks. Those are spirits of air. This is respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. This is about balancing your elements, keeping your chakras in alignment, because all of the elements are represented in our chakra points throughout our entire system. And it really is like, oh, it's like they think you were blessed by a good fairy. Oh, Lord. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. All right, this is a difficult situation because I've got a situation where it is a friend who seems to envy you, among other things, potentially the way you look. Like they might, compare and contrast themselves to you, and they think you've been unfairly favored. Like they're like, why? And they love you. Like I really don't. Here's the thing. They are not gossiping about you. They are not trying to poison anything against you. It's just whenever you succeed in something, they have that moment of having to remind themselves, it's like, well, they've worked really hard for that. But it just looks like everything goes right for you from their perspective. Even when something bad happens, it is like you just turn around, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and go forward. They don't understand that that's not how it has really felt. That whatever it looks like, even because like that, I'm sorry, but the Tower in reverse is like rebuilding after a catastrophe sometimes. You may have had a catastrophic instance in your life in which you had to kind of rebuild everything. And your friend just envies you. It's just envy. Here's the thing. I'm going to pull from the Island Wellness card. Because this has to do all relationships, but like this is, you have this energy of being able to attract everything that you need. And they have this, it's like they think that no matter how hard they try, nothing works out for them. And no matter what you do, everything does. And it's they covet, this is hard. This one's hard because this person's not a bad person. They're not a bad person, but they envy you what they consider your great good fortune. Yep, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, flexibility. Here's the thing. So pile number one, this is a female friend. She's not talking trash about you. She envies you, I think, potentially the way you look. Because there's just this energy of like, they just feel inferior to you. And everything about you seems to be moving towards this. Having it all this stability, all this good fortune. If you turn your hand towards something, it flourishes and grows in a way that they are having a little bit of trouble watching. Because they have been very, very challenged. They genuinely, they think you're blessed. Potentially by magical forces. And they may not be somebody who normally believes in that, but there's something about you that, and here's the thing, you're hearing this part and you're like, but my life has actually been quite challenging. You've had the emotional upheaval. You just are going forward. If you get stuck in the energy of the past, that's where you'll stay. Allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles you fulfill. It really is like your little theme song is Nothing's Gonna Break My Stride. And this other person sometimes has trouble getting their sneakers on. They're a little prone to ruminating, brooding. And because that's what this is, ruminating, brooding. and you're not. Like, if you are, like, you keep it on the down low. Like, genuinely nobody knows. And this person also just thinks that you are, here we go. We've got to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire. Use positive affirmations. I'm telling you, it's like they think that magic is doing everything for you. I don't know if you do magic. I don't have the magician's card here. But what I do have is this overall energy of like they think things are unfairly weighted in your favor. And don't be upset with them. Here's the thing. I have a feeling you're going to know who I'm talking about. And there's a part of you that is likely saying, oh yeah, I can kind of understand why they might think that way. Because they, I think, have had a lot of things go wrong. Advice from a friend, dog barking. The other thing is that like they're used to, oh, okay. Shoot, okay, they're also the Queen of Pentacles energy. They're used to being the one other people turn to for good advice. They're like known to be able to like, they feel inferior. They feel inferior. So what are they lying to you about? They're not telling you that. Are they doing anything against you? It certainly does not appear so, group number one. But this is, again, a female friend. They envy you on, I think, every level. Every single level. And it may, and if you're saying, I wonder why, because I really don't have all that much, you have more than this person. You have more than this person. And please remember, half of the point of doing this reading is to try and see how we are seen through other people's eyes. Because the way we see our experience and the way it is glimpsed by other people can be entirely different things. I'm grabbing a different oracle deck if you're wondering why the cards went away and I'm disappeared out of the frame. Here we go. Let's go. Are there any closing words on this? Is there anything that can be done? You have nothing to worry about with this one. Like, this is just a friend who's jealous. And like the lie appears to be like every time they tell you they're glad for you, it is an incredible internal battle for them. Because they're a better person than that. They know not to begrudge you your good fortune, but like a lot of the time they're over there going, but what about me? Here we go. Fragmented energy, present power, fragmented energy. I don't think there's anything you can do with this one. Behind a mask. Okay, so here's the thing, group number one. This is, and you may have been fairly close at some time. I think there's a little more distance than there used to be in this particular relationship, because here's the thing, I think you know this already. I think a part of you is like, yeah, we're not as close as we used to be, because like that person's a little almost impossible to talk to. And it's weird. It's like you're very, very similar, but you're incredibly different in the way you approach like how to solve problems. You're incredibly action-oriented. You're like, well, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And like not to the exclusion of caring about other people's feelings, but like you kind of don't get sitting around and licking wounds. It's like, well, that's not going to do anything. Answering the call, the time is now. You're very action-oriented. And then cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. Here's my advice on this, and remember, I'm not trying to start anything with any of these readings. Forgive it. Just forgive it. Don't take it personally. Don't resent that for this person. They feel bad about it. Like they have guilt around this is what I'm picking up as well. Let's go ahead and we're going to close out with, a flower oracle. I'm always fascinated when I start these readings because I never start out with them being intended for business or relationships, or it's whatever happens to come through. And this is a friendship that has been compromised by what this other person believes is your seemingly effortless ability to overcome when like they get their setbacks are much harder for them. Their setbacks are just much harder for them, and they're so aware of it. Like it kind of makes them feel ashamed. So just forgive them that and wish them good luck. That's my advice. We have, cyclamen. All right, resignation. Say goodbye to what you no longer need. Every now and then a relationship is meant to leave our lives. Belladonna, silence. Listen more and quiet be. I don't think this is something you should try and confront. In fact, here's the thing, because group number one, this is difficult. it seems like you're more physically robust than this person. It seems like they consider you more attractive. It seems like they consider things coming to you so easily. And so if you go right at them going like, you know what, I'm kind of concerned that you're jealous of me, I don't think that will help. I don't think anything other than wishing this person well will help this situation. And understand that like they already feel bad enough. Like they scold themselves about it. They take themselves to task. So, group number 1, that was your reading. This is a person who was, I believe, formerly a close friend, but they may no longer be, as they find their resentment of you and your success and your ability to bounce back and kind of be resilient, to be distancing. They're working on it, but they feel bad about it. So try not to be upset with them. Sincerely, they don't begrudge you anything. They just... It's hard for them to see how easy some things are for you when everything seems so hard for them. All right, that was your reading, group number 1. Take care and be well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. We're putting 2 over there so that anybody tuning in will know what pile we are on. We have the Muse deck bringing you your predictive spread. We're going to do 7-card spread. 7 of Swords is the card for lies, deceit, manipulation. Now remember, this may not have any malice behind it, but what the point of this reading is who's lying to me. And hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. If you hit that post bell notification, you'll be notified every time I post a video. And if you hit the thumbs up button if you like the reading, that helps my channel as well. And there's a link to my website in the description box down below if you want to book me for a private reading. All right, mice. Somebody who wants to take something from you. Interesting. Group number 1, and by the way, there is no theme on this. This is not relationships. This is not family. This is not business. It's whatever comes through. This is the card for mice. This is the 7 of Wands, which is a struggle, fighting off something. Mice, of course, take from what, is rightfully yours. So this could be a scammer. This could be, let's find out. Let's go. I have the ocean, okay. It's a journey. The womb. Huh. Is it your mom? What in the world? Okay, let's go. Okay, I have the root chakra, or root portal, vitality, stability, and survival, fearful. I think so far this is showing up as a sibling or a family member who wants to take something from you. All right. We have the wall, misunderstanding. Okay. Diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. So far this is showing up as what is likely a parental unit with that womb and the ocean, which is journeys, voyages. This is the explorer, somebody who's leaving things behind. Misunderstanding, wall, but that's also obstacles. All right, we have, oh my goodness, prostitute. My least favorite card in this deck in terms of its name. But remember, it's just about selling something that you have that is valuable to others. We have light attribute, accentuates the challenges of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. This is shadow attribute, places material considerations and security above self-empowerment. I'm telling you, so far, it is just coming off like it's like your mom doesn't approve of you or something. Martyr, yep. Light attribute, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Shadow attribute, addiction to self-pity. This looks like a parental figure so far. Now, it doesn't have to be a mom, but it really keeps coming off as somebody who, like, you don't need them any longer, and they resent it. And they kind of want a piece of you with that mice card. The ocean is like, it really is like there's a great distance between the two of you. But the womb tells me that like you've known them since the beginning of time and they don't approve of you. Like this is like somebody just does not approve of you. Let's get going with the Muse Tarot. Who is lying to group number 2 and why? And remember, not all lies are about like, cheating you actively. Sometimes we're lying to ourselves, sometimes we're lying to others, sometimes we're concealing a situation. All right, I have the Strength card in the upright. That can be a Leo. I have the King of Wands in the upright. I have the Star in the upright. I have the Justice card in reverse. Boy, that's the second time that that card has hit exactly that position in this reading. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. The Tower in the upright. Okay, with the Three of Wands in reverse. It's like you cut somebody off. Group number 2, this is a strange energy because this is somebody who wants to take like responsibility or like credit for success that is coming to you. It looks like there's been like a revelatory energy around this, meaning like you're aware, because the Star is the card of that deep knowing. The Star is about being connected both above and below. It can be something beyond reach. With the Justice card in reverse, that is an unbalanced relationship. Giving or receiving a precious gift, it's the weirdest thing. It's like somebody, if it's not your mother, it's like they feel like they gave you life in something. And the only, like, okay, so this is not against Leos, but remember, one of the things about the Strength card is that it can be like somebody who uses the wrong means to win a battle. It can be trying to win something through denying, like, it's like they used to override you. It's like whoever this person is, like they used to have decision-making like, that's why it keeps coming off as a mom. It's somebody who used to have sway over your decision-making process, and they don't at all any longer. Like if they try and, I'm not sure they're in your life. With the Tower card, it seems to be somebody that you have recognized some unhealthy dynamics with. Yin Yang, I never read these. I never read any Oracle cards in reverse. 22, why are they lying? What's the lie? They're deceiving you about, like, they've tried to control you with shame. They have. Like, what they do doesn't work any longer, but they used to try and make you question whether or not you were an important person, whether or not you were being fair. Like, they had this very shaming vibe to them. They used to be controlling that way. Door to Value. Rest and rejuvenation. Yeah, I'm telling you. Woman holding a heart. This is very much showing up as a maternal or a female figure in your life. And the way that they're deceiving you is like this is historical. This is no longer accurate. But like everything they told you about yourself was like they tried to undermine you. Because this is a card of like attacking somebody's confidence. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse is somebody lacking confidence. But you, like, this is a revelation type of thing. The Tower is a very misunderstood card. It really is about revelations, understanding things. Martyr and Prostitute. Like, they used to try and make you feel bad about yourself. Whoever this person is, like, they tried to control you with, here we go, vitality, stability, insecurity. They tried to make you feel like you owed them. They gaslit you. I don't have a narcissist card around this, but like they tried to take control of your personal narrative and tell you who you were and what you were doing and what it meant. They put themselves as the arbiter, the judge of everything that you did. And they always found you lacking, and you really struggled with your confidence for a very long time. And this person is like, here's the thing. It's the strangest thing, but it's like, it might actually be a female friend who reminds you of your mom. Like somebody who criticizes you a lot. Like whenever you relax around them, it's like they poke at something in you. Because they try and exacerbate your insecurities. I think you have, you've seen the truth. Because this is the card of like being able to see very easily, being connected to the divine. As you are breaking free from their vision of you, addiction to self-pity. learning from transcendent nature of service to oneself or others. Like, they're weird and judgy towards you. And it's very, like, they used it as a way to control you. They used it as a way to control you. I have two figures here. One, I think this is a female friend who reminds you of your mom. That's what I think. I think you, like, now, by the way, if you're like, no, I had a great relationship with my mom, this is not your pile. Because I've got the womb card, I've got multiple cards of undermining somebody intentionally. This is a card of not telling the truth too. This is being untrustworthy. Like they were an unreliable narrator in your story, but they kept trying to be a narrator. Like they were used to being, this is a boss level energy. They were used to being able to like command things. This is somebody who like overrules with the strength of their will. And here's the thing, the friend is not bad. The friend just really isn't bad. But they're reminding you of somebody, and like what's at the root of this friend who like they're, I guess I'm not a very good friend, quite frankly, because they try to correct you. They try to correct you, and it makes you feel insecure. And remember, they're actually talking about their own insecurities. Like something about how you live your truth makes them very uncomfortable. Like they can't, I think they feel a little, I don't want to say inferior, I don't. But like, you do things differently and they don't like that. They don't like the way you approach things. They don't, here's the thing, I don't think this person really has a lot of access to you any longer. And they want to. They want to. It's not, I've got two energies here. Like I said, I believe it's a female friend who is actually like an echo of your mom. Remember, the universe brings us tests around whether or not we've healed with something. And I think the core wound is like your mom. Like your mom undermined you and like attacked your confidence and tried to make you believe that you weren't good enough and that like you were too selfish and a whole bunch of other things that just are kind of not true. But it's a formative wound because the wound in the ocean, there's time and distance between this with that ocean card. But it's got like an echo in the here and the now. Be generous, success and emotional fulfillment are yours. It's like, let's set aside the mom for a little bit because there's that at the core level of this is a mother's energy. Like this person entered your life and they criticize you. They criticize you. And it's like hurt you on occasion, but now you're a little steel plated to it. Because like the first time I think it kind of took you off guard and now you just have like a very clear-eyed view of who this person is with that star card. Because the only thing about the strength card is occasionally it can be about conceit. Occasionally. And this person, I think, felt very, very confident in who they were, and they like to be able to, like, they're used to being a very commanding voice in other people's lives. And when they tried that with you, I feel like you just withdrew. This Three of Wands in reverse is making a choice. And, like, around actions. And they don't have access to you any longer. Either of these people. It's possible you just don't listen to your mom any longer, which kind of, like, if I'm picking this up correctly, that's the right call. Like your mom looks like she's a little, like she might have a personality disorder or something because like she would attack your confidence. It was like trying to deflate your balloon was the only way that they could feel better. And then the echo of this is a female friend in the here and now. And why do I think it's a female friend? It's that womb energy. This is all very like, this is very like gendered feeling. Where like somebody is judging you. And they're judging the way you do things because it's so different from the way that they do things. Like the choices you make are different. I think this other person it's very strange because it really is, it's an echo. It's this echo of the past. The friend is nowhere, like I would put your mom in a malicious category. Like your mom like was, who knows what she was really up to. She's probably trying to deal with her own pain in a very like unfair to a child way. you've got this person who may have nurtured you in some capacity, like a mentor type of energy, and they helped make things happen for you and making your dreams come true. But like they tried to dictate terms to you on how you should think about yourself, how you should talk about yourself. And like you just kind of like the first couple of times I think landed. And like by the time they got to the third time, like you were just like, well, that's an issue with you. And I think I'm done. The first group got exactly this card, Melting Mask, which is like somebody like behind the facade of what they present to you, they have a different energy. Misunderstanding. Like, all right, is it possible that like you've withdrawn from a friend a little unfairly because they're an echo of your mom and they did not mean it as badly and actually you were just making them feel a little insecure by doing things in a completely different manner than they do and like succeeding at it? Yes. Yes, it is. So like, because deceit is not necessarily like an active thing, like somebody's lying to you to accomplish something. We can sometimes not be telling ourselves the truth. Like this tripped out something for you. I don't think this person is really, yeah, here we go. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect life has on us. I think I understand this. Emotional energy. Emotions are messengers to be met with appreciation, attention, action, and gratitude. I think your approach to life is just very different from this female friend who has reminded you, because they criticize you. They're like, it's a little unfair, quite frankly. Like they've taken shots at you that it's like, whoa, like where'd that come from? Because as near as I can tell, like you are this kind human being, but you're a little different from other people because the star stands out. The star stands out and has this very unique energy. But they don't, you have a different approach. Like the way you make things happen is you take a more successful approach to healing than they do, I think. Because the first couple of times, like it registered with you, I think the first time it really hurt you. The second time it kind of took you back. And by the time they had a third thing, it's like, well, you're just kind of abusive. Like, and you haven't said anything to them. And I don't think you plan to. I think you're like, you know, they've helped you in the past and you're grateful to them. But like, you're very distant from them because the wall is like you hold somebody at a distance. The ocean is putting distance between things as well. This person, this is not like a lie. Here's what it is. Wow, it took me forever to figure this out and I apologize, but I finally freaking got it. This person's not lying to you, but your mother did. This person, who is a female friend of yours, and why do I think it's a woman? I just do. I've got the woman holding a heart. Now, it's somebody who identifies as female. But it brought you, like, you had clarity around this. This is clarity. This is clarity. Like, it's like your guides told you, hey, listen, that's something with them. Don't let that person make you feel insecure. But, like, the deceit around this is that it helped you spot that they were wrong. And this is evidence of healing and growth. Because it was very much an echo of that. It is a maternal figure or somebody who raised you, who just told you, like, you were always on the wrong foot, according to them. Like, you were always the person who, they like, purposely made you feel insecure. Like, they didn't like you to be confident. If you were confident, then you were hard to control. And so they pricked at your confidence over and over again. Fast forward to wherever we are now, and you have a female friend who, like, they criticize you. And, like, you got kind of to the point of, like, God, you're not the boss of me. Like, go live your own life. And here's the thing, like, this person's not a bad person, they're just damaged. Like, here's the thing, you do something very differently from the way that they handle things, the way you approach things, the way you heal things, the way you examine things, the way you proceed forward. Like, you live your life very differently from them. And, like, they kept trying to, like, fix you. And that's what they thought they were doing. But like after a while, you're just like, yeah, I don't want you in my life. You're not nice to me. Travel. Long distance communication will open up your life. Exciting experiences or singles and career advancement for others. Interesting advice on that, because the distance that you have put into that friendship is I think appropriate. This rest and rejuvenation energy. I'm not sure, like the maternal figure, this person who like went into the building blocks of your confidence and just like you couldn't put a foot right with this person and you never knew when it was coming. And then later in your life, it appears that you have this friend who like famously, like, you know, you liked each other, you got on well, you were like, but like they take jabs at you. It's really pretty unfair. And they attack you in a way that makes you feel less confident. Here's the thing, the Tower is also simply like it's clarity of thought. It's like being able to see things clearly. It's divine intervention. And you've chosen to pull very far back from this person. And they can kind of tell. Like they might be psychic. But like at first you kind of looked up to them as some kind of mentor because like they seemed stronger and they were helping you make things happen. And then you just pulled way, way, way back from them because like you recognize that nobody has the right to correct you the way this person kept doing. And now you just kind of avoid them. What's the answer here? Tree of Life, true wisdom in making good choices in life. Everything is saying that it's a good choice. Everything on this pile is saying the distance that you have put between yourself and this person. And here's the thing, pile number 2, like, you know who I'm talking about. Like this person, like, they hurt your feelings. They really deeply hurt your feelings because you trusted them. I think you're this very trusting person normally. But you're like, you know your own value now. You're in good balance, you're in alignment, you know your own value. Like you've put distance between you and like you provide your own like self-love is the way that you approach life is now. Now you understand that everything about you is purposeful. You are who you are for a reason. But it is a friend who was like an echo of a formative experience in your life that was undermining to your confidence, who kept telling you that the way you did things was like, you need to fix that, you need to do that, don't do this, don't do that. That's a victim mentality type of thing instead of like allowing you to process emotions and a couple of other things. And you have stepped way back from that friendship. And that is what the cards are kind of saying is, yeah, no, that's appropriate. That's probably what you should be doing. Not all relationships are meant to be permanent. Not all relationships are meant to remain in our lives. It's like you learn the lesson and now you're moving forward from it. But the lie was quite simply that like they were trying to correct you. Like they're used to bossing other people around. They've got a voice that people respect for authority. And like the first couple of times that they did that to you, like you reacted like, oh, it must be me. And by the third time they were up to it, you were kind of like, yeah, forget this. Like I didn't do that, and like I'm not taking responsibility for that. And you since then have like just been very distant. Keep that up is what the cards appear to be saying. If that person has a place in your life, you'll know it, but you're not wrong. Like you spotted it already. You spotted it already. Good gracious. This card has been all over me. Palm tree, stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. This was not in the least vicious. That other person has their own insecurities, and seeing how you do things makes them question themselves, and they're used to being able to tell other people what to do. They have this very commanding personality. They do. They have a very commanding personality. It was an echo of the relationship that you had with your mom, recognizing that this person was being unfair to you in their assessment, and actually they were speaking of their own insecurities and like things that they need to heal. That was a mark of evolution on your own journey, and it was leaving behind the vision that I believe a maternal caretaker, now it doesn't have to be your mom, but it's somebody who took care of you when you were a kid and who undermined your confidence, like, and it came out of nowhere for you. And like I got that energy from that friend too. Like you'd just be kind of chilling and they like would just randomly from your perspective like kind of pop you in the nose verbally. like telling you weren't doing something right. And the first couple of times it really landed. And by the time they got to the third, like you recognize that as being about their stuff. So the person who was lying to you was always your mom about your worth and the friendship that you're now a little distant from, because you really should know what I'm talking about, was simply an opportunity to heal from taking on other people's viewpoint of you. Know who you are, know your own intent, walk forward confidently knowing you are exactly who you're meant to be. All right, group number 2, that was your reading. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below. Thank you for joining me. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. Hey, this is the native deck. There is a link to the retailer. They're giving all of my viewers 20% off. This was given to me, and I do not receive anything if you buy the decks, but I agreed to feature them because they're actually fun. They're inclusive. So native deck for a predictive spread of 7 cards, and then we have some oracle cards. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. Hit that thumbs up button. That helps my channel too. If you hit the post bell notification, you'll know every time I post a video. And if you want to book me for a private reading, there is a link to my website in the description box down below. Get the tree card from one of the little Norman decks. That's about security. It's about it's a very grounded energy. I also have it with the 7 of Cups in the upright because that's one of the indications of this card. Here's the thing. I don't think that's what that is. This is about having roots that grow deep. This is about knowledge as well as being secure in that knowledge. This has been a fascinating reading so far because I got kind of told to do it and I wasn't sure what the point of it was, but like so far it's all been about healing. It's not about starting any crap. It's about healing something. All right, here we go. We have the Vision. Okay. I don't know who this is yet. The Vision with the comic. Vision with the comic. I wonder if this is somebody who's flirting with you. Okay. Breakthrough, leap of faith, freedom, new beginnings. I think this is a romantic, somebody who has a romantic interest in you. Because this is about security, but the comic is like Vision. It could be a friend who has feelings for you and they haven't said anything yet. Let's find out. Weeping Willow, family sorrow. And then I have Dagger, fears, worries, tense situations. What is going on? Vampire, light attribute, makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force, depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Hedonist. Inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in life itself. This is the light attribute, and the shadow attribute is pursues pleasure to the detriment of health, indulge at the expense of others. Vision, new beginnings, leap of faith, security. It's the weirdest thing. I feel like this is a romantic interest. Who's lying to group number 3 and why? Who's lying to group number 3 and why? I'm not getting a bad vibe off of it. Like, it's like concern. I realize I've like ground to a halt. It's like, this is very confusing to me. It's like somebody lied to you because they didn't want to upset something. They wanted everything to be very lighthearted. They don't want you to, oh, I wonder. Let's see, 1 and 2 and 3. The reason I just said that is like family sorrow. It's like, is this somebody who's still married and they told you that they're not? We'll find out. Because that hedonist card as well. 4 of Wands in the upright. Okay. Moon, the sun in reverse. The moon in the upright, sheepers, creepers. This can be about relationships. This can be about homes, families, stability, contentment. It's also the twin flame card, unfortunately. The sun in reverse is like, it's like somebody was not healthy. The moon in the upright was hiding feelings. High priestess in the upright, many cards of secrets here with the chariot in reverse. I've seen this before. The Knight of Swords in reverse, and I want one more on this. The Nine of Swords in the upright. Dude, we're not stopping there. With the Hermit in the upright, apparently it really wants me to, but I'm not taking no. Page of Wands in reverse. This is somebody that you have not spoken to in a while, but they lied to you. They lied to you. This is a twin flame energy. I was wondering if this was going to come out or not. You have a person in your life that you may not recognize them as a twin flame. You might have had some interest in them. Fears, worries, tense situation, and family sorrow. They didn't tell you the truth about something, and they had some A, health concerns, and then B, like it's almost like they were too concerned with what other people would think with that family sorrow card. The security card. The Vision, the comic. Vampire and hedonist. I think they were afraid that this is a romantic relationship that did not take off yet. And is it yet? I don't know. It could be it's like done. It really could be that it's simply a done deal. That there's nothing coming with this. This person like actively told you that I think that I don't think they encouraged you. I think they tried to discourage you. The Chariot in reverse, the Sun in reverse. This is like a hopeless, like nothing going anywhere energy. Knight of Swords in reverse as well causes anger, frustration, tweaked out fears in you, sent you into a healing cycle. Nothing's currently happening with it. Woo. Tense situation. It's like they thought there was danger in trying to like have a relationship with you. I don't think their health is great. I just don't. Like there's a weird bad health vibe here with the Sun in reverse and the Chariot in reverse. And they were concerned that you had not healed as well. This is a mess. Like with absolutely no offense meant, number 3. Like there's so much behind why this person told you a lie. And I don't know what the lie was. I don't know if they told you that like, you know, I don't know what they told you. But it's like they put you off. They hid their real feelings. I think they told you there was no path forward. May have resulted in like anger and hurt and pain for you. Because that Weeping Willow, it's like, man, it's like they broke your heart. Sharing. There is giving and receiving and receiving and giving. I don't know if they thought they weren't good enough for you. What happened here? Let's go for some Island Wellness cards. This is an energy I've seen before. It haunts my collective. It usually is in a twin flame situation. This is my card for twin flames. In which, like, you, like, thought you met your twin flame. And I think they told you they did not have feelings for you. And they were not telling the truth. And their reasoning is so complicated. It's so complicated, but it's like it ripped your poor little heart out. In terms of how much pain it caused you. Because you're somebody who doesn't let, like, you overcome. You overcome. I think they also thought it was codependency. The Snake. Competition, enemy, clever, malicious, look over your shoulder, the other woman. Doesn't need to be another woman. I think that they believed that they were going to make somebody else really angry. Like really like dangerously angry. That dagger, fears, worries, tense situation. Kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. We're going to take one more on this one. Separation, sadness, missing you, thinking about you, yearning, unsure of the future. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen with this one, guys, but that's what it is. You've got, like, this is a twin flame and separation situation. Your twin flame lied to you. And by the way, if you are in a twin flame situation and you've had a relationship and this person encouraged you, this is not your pile. This is a twin flame situation where they didn't tell you the truth about having feelings for you. They just, something about it. Like, they didn't find a way to have it be in alignment at all. Like there was too much healing. You weren't healed. Apparently they need to heal. This family sorrow, it's like their family wouldn't approve. The vampire energy, I think that you may in fact be codependent. Remember, I'm codependent. It's not an insult, it's an injury. We have to heal from it, that's all. Like if you lean in on healing from codependency, then you're healed. And like it's no longer a factor in your relationships or in your life. But in this particular instance, the person who lied to you is a twin flame, and there's somebody in the background. I don't know if like somebody that like, there's somebody else that they were worried would, like it would infuriate them and turn them into a dangerous person, quite frankly. And they thought they were doing the most self-sacrificing thing, that they still have feelings for you. They do. They have unconditional love for you. They miss you. It's the uncertainty of the future that causes, God darn it, deception. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. We know. We know. And this energy has been around my collective forever. Come forth, speak thy truth, person. Enough. Oh my goodness. Here's the thing, is like, that causes a different type of wound. Like this person owes you the frickin' truth. Even if there's no path forward, and there might not be. Like for real, not every connection ends in skipping off into the sunset together. And when you're in a healthy energy, you kind of understand it's like, okay, well, that must mean there's somebody else. Uh-oh. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Is this person your person? I don't know. It looks that way to me. It looks that way to me. It just looks like there's so much to be healed. They did not tell you the truth. They did not share their motives. They were concerned that it's like they thought something was on fire and having a relationship with you would be napalm. That it would just make absolutely everything worse. Here's the problem. I don't think they were wrong. I don't think they were wrong. I think that it didn't start out on the healthiest foot. Because that vampire and this hedonist and like vision comic, leap of faith, freedom, new beginnings, the Hermit. The Hermit is a soul-searching card. All of the nines are about independence. You've got one of the cards for codependency. It's like they knew there was no way that you could have a healthy relationship with anybody until you had a healthy relationship with yourself. Remember, a twin flame is having a mirroring experience. So they're healing from it as well. Does that make them your person? I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's going to be very... Remember, not all twin flames end up together. Everybody involved has to heal. If you're healed, remember you're sharing energy. Once you've connected with your twin flame, you're almost a little bit connected to them. But they did not tell you the truth. And they thought it's because fears, worries, tense situation, family sorrow. Family sorrow. I don't know why, but they thought like trying to be with you would hurt other people. And like, I want to get some cards about what they can be thinking now, because like the deception card and the worth waiting for and the unconditionally loving, the snake, separation, and kisses. Like, this person is there. Assert yourself. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Birth of a child also likely. I want one more. Future. You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun awaits. All right, so group number one, or group number three, here's the gig. This is, and I didn't know I was getting told to have this reading, and now I understand just a tiny bit better. The answer in this type of situation is always to withdraw into self, to have full independence, and to let go. And why is letting go so important? Because part of being healed is living in an independent energy. When we are truly whole within, we don't need anybody else. We don't need the idea of another relationship. We don't need the idea of a connection. We feel connected to our life and to our purpose. And by the way, letting go does not mean what you think it does. It does not mean giving up. It does not mean surrendering hope. It doesn't mean that nothing will ever work out. What it means is that you accept that that might be the answer and you're okay anyway. That's all it means, which is where we always have to be with every single relationship we ever have. You have to reserve a part of yourself that knows, without this person, I will still be fine. Without this person, life goes on. Without this person, I will live again, I will love again, and I will conquer. And it's not because it won't work out, it's because nobody can hold so much of us that they compromise our ability to enjoy our own lives. Living in an independent energy is not the same thing as not being able to accept love, support, or anything else from anybody else. But it is saying that you'll never need it. And there is no healthy form of codependency. At the very least, it is unfortunately, kind of a limiting energy. At its worst, it can be very, very toxic. This is not a punishment. This person understands you. It's very interesting. Walking away. Yep. Blossoming abundance. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Goddess of the Moon. I want one more on this. Door to Spirit. Or are we really just going to keep it in the energetic realms for right now? Group number 3. This appears to be a twin flame situation. The person, and again, it's a very particular one. This is not a twin flame where you got there's no third party vibes here. There's absolutely I think you're both single, to be completely frank. I think you're both single. You've done the work to walk away. You're creating your own happiness, but you're still so psychically linked to this person. Will you always be? You know what? I think so. And I don't think you like that right now. Because I think you're that's it. There's that toxic person and I'm walking the other way. Heal. Just heal. Just heal. Just lean in on healing. You can date. You can have as much fun as you want in any situation. But if you are wondering if a twin flame frickin' lied to you about whether or not they loved you, and again, there's something weird here where this never launched. And I've seen this energy over and over again. The 9 of Swords, they had too many freaking fears about the need to heal. And it seems to be on both sides. And then that person's health, there's something wrong with it. So I don't know really what's going on with the future. That's the 2nd time. The birth of a child brings great blessings to you and the world, which is pregnancy. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You've finished one part of your life and now an even better part is beginning. I think that regardless of what happens with this particular energy, this card is saying unconditional love will soon be yours. We are not all twin flame situations work out. They don't. If the other person doesn't heal, or if we don't heal, then we can't achieve union. I don't know if this other person is keeping up with you, but don't let that be your guiding star. Move ahead confidently. Try your very best to kind of enjoy your life, that hedonist energy. And I think you are. Here's the thing, I don't think you expected this to be twin flame stuff when you started watching this. I just don't. But your twin flame, apparently, they're really your twin flame. They lied to you about something, or they have not launched on a relationship because they don't, it was going to cause too many problems potentially within a family structure. Their family wouldn't approve. And is that a form of codependency? 100%. Being overly reliant on somebody else's, opinion of your choices, as long as they're not truly hurting anybody. And it's rare for a relationship to be hurtful when, everybody involved here appears to be single. There's no divorce or anything. Recovery. It's up to you. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Big happy changes. Okay. All right. So, remember, this is a general reading. It can't hold true for everybody, but you have alternative possibilities. You have good choices as well. Recovery, it's up to you. is this person really like your twin flame, which is a form, is that a soulmate? Not exactly. They're made from the exact same energy that we are. So we're essentially, it's almost like we're the same person. It had to have been devastating, just absolutely freaking devastating. And that's like the foundation of this particular relationship at present. They tried to do the most generous and caring thing that they could, but by the same token, like, did they have the right to lie to you like that? Their motives were good. Their intent was good. Please just forgive it and let it go and keep going on with your healing journey. What's going to happen here? I'm not getting that answer. I'm not getting that answer. There are multiple opportunities ahead of you. There are multiple opportunities ahead of you. I guess if that person ever comes back, then they better have a really, really good explanation as to like why you should believe that they would never do that again, because that's not okay. Like we really, I think their heart came from a good place on this. That's something they would need to heal anyway. Like whether or not your family approves of a relationship is not the thing that should dictate it. Somebody else like might, like it's almost like that, because we have that like rival card, the other woman card, which I don't think is very gender specific here. It's like they thought somebody else would just lose their stuffing over this. And maybe they weren't single, maybe you weren't. I'm not positive. But the vision, the comic, breakthrough, leap of faith, freedom, new beginnings. Let go, and like regardless of what that does to this particular connection, that seems to be what you're being asked to do. The leap of faith with freedom. Stand in your own independent energy, and then like it looks as if all beautiful things are coming your way. Blackbird, open to psychic awareness to recognize portents of the future. This is your time. This is your time. So who was lying to you? It is somebody who told you that like there wasn't a future, they didn't have interest in you. It appears to have been a twin flame situation. Their motives are good, and yet like that's a power imbalance within a relationship. However, it does appear that you really did need to heal. So I think take it like, you know, forgive them, sure. But remember, that's not like you can't build a relationship with somebody who didn't tell you the truth either. So if there comes an opportunity for that, that person is kind of have to earn it, is what that looks like to me. All right, so group number 3, that was a fascinating and very peculiar read. Take care, be well. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. This has been so strange. I was basically told to do a reading on who's lying to me. I kept getting signs over it over the weekend that came out my morning draw. The pre-Raphaelite cards are going to be bringing you a predictive spread. We have some oracle cards as well. And it is who is lying to me and why. And every single group is at a very different focus. It does not have to be about relationships. It may not be a work situation. Let's find out. Before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. It helps my channel. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you like the reading. It helps my channel as well. Ring. That's a proposal. That is something coming into you. An offer, like that's an offer being made. There's a link to my website in the description box down below if you want to book me for a private reading. Sorry, I started getting into the reading like almost immediately. The prayer, the maiden. What is going on here? Who's lying? The prayer and the maiden. So the maiden does not necessarily have to be a stage of life, but in every like woman's life there is everyone, like anyone who identifies as female or just as like any magical person, there is the maiden, the mother, and the crone stage. And the maiden is the beginning of something. That can be the initiate stage as well. Majestic eminence, priestess, divine feminine, and worth. This is a romantic suitor. Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Oh, be careful. Inkpot, problems to be resolved. companion, loyalty, tenacity, and unselfishness. Shadow attributes, betrayal by misusing confidence, loss of personal identity. Careful. This is a friend who tells your secrets. Light attributes, enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. All right, this is not a romantic situation. Problems to be resolved, elephant, a long journey, the maiden. Could be a younger woman in your life. That's what it is. It's a younger woman in your life. So be very, very careful what you tell them. Apparently, if you tell them anything about yourself, they turn around and tell it to other people. Keep your guard up. Keep your guard up. That's what it is. This could be a daughter. It could be like a younger friend. The reason I'm saying younger is the maiden card. It's like they don't. I think they're just insecure. And then the proposal is like that's the beginning of something. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. It's also a committed relationship of some kind. So this is not a romantic interest after all. The prayer and the maiden. Be careful. Companion, networker. It could be somebody you know at work as well. They're somebody younger. Anything you tell them, like it's like telling the town crier. Okay. Let's get going. 1 and 2. And if I sound really a little downcast around that, I kind of am, because I have a feeling this is not super easy information to receive sometime. This is not vicious. They don't have good discretion. Like they've got bad boundaries, probably through their own Fool in the upright, leap of faith, Ace of Wands in the upright, creative endeavors, 8 of Cups in the upright. Okay. World in reverse, King of Swords in the upright, Queen of Wands in reverse, Star in the upright, 7 of Swords in the upright. Yeah. I wasn't on most of the other decks. I took 7, but I just went for another one on that. This may be an air sign in Aquarius. This is a younger woman. She means well. Like she does, but like be very careful. Anything that you tell this person, like they don't have good boundaries. They have, and like they're not trying to hurt you. Like, if anything, I think they just absolutely love you. They think of you as being this very wise person. This has to be a work situation, network or companion. It's a friend or somebody through work. They're a younger person and kind of significantly younger. Like, if you're 22 years old, this is very unlikely to be your pile, because there's an age difference here where they look up to you as having experience. They're just starting out. They take advice from you sometimes. This is a little sad. They don't, like, they learned how to lie for, like, and that happens to people, by the way. People, it's not always a mark of somebody having a bad character. Sometimes people grow up in situations where it is simply not safe to tell the truth. Like, if they make them, like, and I'm like, I share this all the time. I had a hideous childhood. I'm okay now. But it's like part of the reason I talk about it is to normalize that, so that we can understand that what went into making us is something that we can heal and overcome. And like, for instance, if I made a mistake as a child, my mother would call me stupid and literally beat me. And so I learned not to take risks. Like, I'm very risk averse to this day. It's something I'm still working about. But in this instance, this person learned to conceal things in order to keep themselves safe from something. And it has left them with not very good discretion. So it's not that they're not trustworthy in the traditional sense. There is no malice behind this. I think sometimes to distract from their own things, they tell other people's secrets. And that's all. That's really all it is. Be careful. Like, use good judgment. This is a judge. Don't be angry. Try not to be angry with them. And like, can I dictate your feelings to you? Of course not. But this is the lack of malice here. It's just the lack of malice is just so, they'd be horrified. They've got their abandonment issues as well. But like proposal as well, it's like this new beginning of a relationship. You have not known this person for super long. And this is a learning experience for you. Perseverance. You may feel like you're getting nowhere, but there are wonderful changes ahead. Don't give up. Communications. A reunion could bring love or rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. This is just like a little red flag. It's a pink flag almost. It is almost nothing at all. All right, so sorry I had a breakthrough call on that. Hopefully, what I was saying is it's a pink flag. It is not something that you need to be overly concerned with. Like, sincerely, this person lacks discretion. They're a younger person. Again, I believe likely with that maiden card, somebody who identifies as female. Doesn't have to be, but it's somebody who, like, they gossip. They just gossip. Like, if you tell them something, they will tell other people. And you're being asked in this particular reading to just take it under advisement. Like, to try and, like, guard your secrets and your counsel as well as you can. I'm going to check with the Island Wellness cards. Is there anything around why they're doing this? Because it has zero malice with it. It's like they lack their own foundation. It's almost like nobody really taught them right from wrong as much as they taught them that they were always wrong. And they just, it's like they adore you. But that's what it is. Like, something about, like, yeah, it makes them feel important to possess knowledge about you. And so they share it with people. And just be careful. Here's what I would say is approach this entire relationship going forward with that under advisement. Like, anything you tell them, know that other people might hear it. And so, like, remember, work with that. They have never, here's the thing, you don't consider this person a peer with that maiden and that companion, and, like, you don't consider this person a peer. So it's very minor. Like, whatever's happened, it's just part of your learning experience. It's part of your learning experience because you're a very trustworthy person. And it has been a difficult thing for you to learn how to, like, not have, it's like you don't have enough gears on that bike. Like, there are people that you can only trust, like, you know, oh, well, with everyday stuff, with minor things. That's who this person is. And, like, they're just young and they're recovering from something. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call boundaries, still angry. They just have poor boundaries. They just have bad boundaries. They're likely, there could be an air sign, they don't have to be, but, like, they're interested in this world as well. Enhances unity through sharing of information, engenders social awareness and empathy, conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Be really careful. Like, this person misrepresents things for, they're just damaged. They're just a damaged person and they're not healed yet. Be kind to them if you can. Try to find compassion for them if you can. And it's okay if you can't. If you're like, yeah, no, I don't have time for this in my life, bye. That's like, you're not going to be penalized. It's just, like, they have this reverence for you. And, like, it would genuinely, like, the thought of you being angry with them or leaving them behind, you're very, 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 very important to this person, more so than you realize. Just be circumspect in what you tell them. Practice good discretion. You haven't, like, you don't need to worry. Like, you're aware of this, you're aware enough of, like, the power disparity between the two of you that you've been a little bit cognizant of that. But I think recently you've been relaxing a little bit because, like, you think it's a form of bonding. And you haven't told them anything you need to worry about, but going forward, nothing more, like, that's, like, because what you've told them has already been spread around and you don't need to worry about it at all. Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation or meeting, hesitation. I have no idea why that came out today. You likely have a development in that area. Like you have a development in that area. For whatever reason, this person is close enough to you that it's almost like you might kind of consider them like a little bit of a surrogate daughter. That, like, that's the only thing that I can kind of pick up is like you're this very warm human being. Here's the thing, you're not going to be. And like, whenever I say don't, of course you can do whatever you want. But I think all I'm trying to lean in on is like, don't view this as a betrayal. It's not. Like, if you should recognize what this is and be like, yeah, no, I remember being that age and like not being okay. And that's all that's going on with this person. They would like, I think they'd like take a bullet for you practically, like, because they just love you. There is this reverence. They're very committed to you. And they're like, they see you as a spiritual form of guidance. Like they really do. But they're not good with anything secret, so keep it in mind. Like, and you genuinely, like, there's nothing showing up here that would make you angry yet. You just are, like, being advised. Being advised on that. Problems to be resolved. I think, like, you know, just, there's going to be a little bit more distance between you and that person coming up anyway because they need it for their healing journey. But, like, you already suspected. You did. You already suspected. Be careful. Just be careful. They're a good human being. They're just healing from something and they're learning the rules. When I said earlier that like some people learn like to like avoid things or to not have confidence or to not take risks, or this person has some energy here where they're starting over again on rebuilding themselves, which is usually like it comes often from neglect. Neglect is like one of the most like difficult forms of abuse to overcome because people don't even recognize it. But if you're neglected, somebody didn't put a lot of time into like helping you learn how to be a person. And so people are navigating the world like kind of like as the fool. They accidentally like, the fool means well. The fool means well, but they're on their own healing journey and rebuilding themselves. And they misuse some information occasionally. Community, they are a friend. Woman holding a coin. Storm warning. Adjacent possibilities. And the garden and the gate. There is a change in your relationship, and they are, I think they've been very reliant on you for kind of a while. This could be, this appears to be work related, or like in some way, this isn't a family member, this is not like a friend, this is not a social connection, but like it's been going on long enough that there seems to be like affinity between the two of you, and you sometimes do share things. And you're just being reminded, maybe don't. Remember that you understand this. None of this is coming as a surprise to you. You're like, yeah, no, I kind of got that part. And you just want the advice on what to do. Just, you know, don't worry about anything that you've already told them. This person, like, borderline adores you. Like, they view you a little bit as, like, an answer to their prayer. They really do. Perspective, a calm and clear mind is free to see differently. That is what you're being asked to do, group number 4, is yes, you have a younger, likely female friend, does not have to be, but is somebody who is, like, I'm going to go with 10 to 15 at least years younger than you are, maybe more, because they're at the beginning stages of their adult development. Like, this is somebody who I would put underneath the age of probably about 20, I'm going to go with 27, they're under 27. Maybe a little bit younger than that. You have connections with them. They view you as this very, like, you're a little bit their, like, sensei. You're the person that they look to for everything. They have to move forward a little bit. They've been a little bit too reliant on you as it is. But remember, going forward as they have a little bit more time and distance from you, as the years go on, like everything that you ever told them, because they just, the admiration that they have for you, the admiration that they have for you, it's like it's a little bit like claiming ownership. to tell other people what they know about you, and they mean absolutely no harm, and you're just being advised to guard your secrets around this person. That, like, there's ways to help people by sharing our own experience, and then there comes a time where drawing back a little bit to help with boundaries is going to be what is the most appropriate thing. And that's what I think we've got going here. Problems to be resolved, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. They're on a learning experience. You're learning from this as well. This is not coming as news to you. Like, you already knew. Okay, so group number 4, that was it. You have a younger, likely female friend who I don't think you've told them anything that you need to worry about, but like they to feel a little bit like important and more comfortable in their own skin, like you're admired somehow, and they sometimes, like, they'll tell things that if you share anything, it gets shared with other people. And remember, things get like mutated and morphed into something else as they get passed around. You don't need to worry. Like, you genuinely don't need to worry. But you are being asked to keep it in mind in other relationships and then going forward with this person as well. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me. That was your reading.